Larry Ralph, how you doing, sir? It is. I'm lost now. Larry, tell that beautiful young lady you're married to that said happy birthday and God bless both you guys. To the finest people I've ever met. And I have the privilege of knowing because of this right here. Simple as that. There's Rick and Jeff and Kayla. Got some venting to do as I rest my tired legs. 30 minutes on the treadmill tonight. I gotta stop being a sissy and go after it. And that's the mindset. That's the mindset moving forward. So that's what we're gonna do, kids. I'm either gonna need a defibrillator or it's gonna start working. What's up, Rick and Debbie? Had the privilege today of playing in the tournament, the cornhole tournament for MHS Dance Marathon, and I was hoping some of them would filter in here, but the 10:30 crowd is where it's at. Doing great, my friend. She just heard you say happy birthday. I need to come out there and sit by a fire, Larry, and we can solve every problem known to man. I almost went for a drive tonight and just did. There she is. Sorry, Larry. I gotta stop. But there's the lovely Linda. I need to come out there and sit by a fire and we can solve every problem ever known to man. At least in our 4-foot radius right there. Linda, thank you. Thank you guys for... It's endless. And some of the stuff you guys do no one even knows about. It's just good stuff. Our community's blessed to have those people. I'm telling you, hello, David. If you don't know the Ralphs, right? Exactly. We can make up. If you don't know the Ralphs, just walk up and introduce yourself to Larry or Lynn one day, and just chat with them for 5 minutes. And if you get a different opinion than what I have, let me know. Let me know. It's a better place because of people like that. And today, this is it's a good segue. I got the privilege. There's Logan Coriel. I'm trying to get to my stories, but my venting first. Logan, how you doing, dear? Love you. Logan's show is scheduled for Monday night at 7. Shelf care. But if we're supposed to get some hellacious storms, then she's probably going to hold off. I don't want her driving up from Bloomington through them or going home through them. So we'll just have to play it by ear. We can adjust. Got the privilege of going to the high school today to the MHS Dance Marathon cornhole tournament, and I talked a lot of smack, and I wrote, wish you would do another drive on air. It's I might before the night's over. There's a lot of sirens out there right now, and I'm like, I don't want to get in the way. I might be alive for about an hour, and then I slept in today. I got 5 solid hours. Slept till 7:30. Stayed home from work today, so I'm probably going to go in at some point in time tomorrow. I know. But family spread out and they're doing their own thing. So, hello, Michaela. So we'll just have to play it by ear. But got the privilege of doing that today. And the gal that heads it up, she's been on there a couple times, Josie Dillman. I went to school with her dad, Tim. And that young lady has worked her tail off from the beginning. They do this all year. And it's just impressive to me. And I'm going to name some other names coming up here. I asked Tim and I was involved with athletics with Tim, and he was like 6'4". I was telling his daughter when we were in high school seniors, he played defensive and I played guard. And on Wednesdays we would go first team. Hello, Tammy. And on some blitzes I would have to step out and pick him up. And that 6'5" guy had arms. And he would hit me in the mouth, and I tell you what, I'm going to do that for sure before the night's over, Rick. But he's got issues now with his feet and diabetes, I think, and some things, and he just love the guy to death, but his daughter, Josie, man, I think back when I was a senior, would I have done that? And I asked him, and he said, no, we would have probably tried to have beer involved and raised all hell with it, and it would have been a cluster. And I believe him. But to see these young kids doing it now and sticking with it and going forward with it, that's impressive. And last year's crew too. Hello, Shelley. And I want to mention, and she's not on here yet, at least I don't see her yet, Madison and Grayson. Those were two of them. Madison, I just roped into it from the Coney Dog thing, and she did it. She could have told me, whatever, I'm not doing it. But she took her Saturday and hung out there. Never played cornhole in her life. Neither did Grayson, a friend of hers. But they showed up and did it. Would I have done that as a junior or senior in high school? Not a chance. That's good parenting. That's a good kid. Those are good young ladies at our school system that are doing the right thing for charity. And I told him, I sent him a text after it was over. I said, there's been 3 members of my family that Riley Hospital's taken care of. And I said, so I feel like I should help in some way. So I appreciate Madison and Grayson and Josie doing what they did. They don't have to. Madison and Gracie could have told me, whatever. But they were a part of it. We had fun. We won one, lost one bad, and lost one at the end. We had fun. Raised some money for them. And so, there's a lot wrong with the world. We all know this. I'm not going to get on my soapbox and preach about that. But there's a lot wrong with the world. But when you see stuff like that at my age, and you think back, when I was 17, 18 years old, would I have done that? No, not gonna lie. Not a chance. Maybe in mass. Donald was there. He's one of them I was gonna name. Would I have done it? Would I have done it with just a buddy? Not a chance. Maybe in mass. Maybe about 20 of us. But these young ladies came, they did what they had to do, and raised money. That's impressive to me. Because you guys, you don't see the messages that I get from so many folks in town. I want my kid to do something, or I'm a young person, I want to do something, and then you say, hey, we got this coming up. Crickets. Don't pull my chain if you don't, if you're going to blow smoke, because I'm going to find something. There's something out there I can hook you up with. Believe me, you may not like it, but if you're looking to volunteer or get involved or do this or do that, I'm going to point you in the right direction. I can drag you to water. That's up to you if you want to drink. Hello, Greg. Hello, Angie. Hello, PJ. So I jacked with Madison for 2 weeks about the Coney Dogs. And she happened to say her mistake on air. I'm part of the dance, MHS dance marathon. Bingo! Corey wasn't going. I knew it. I said, Madison, you're my partner. No, I can't play cornhole. I don't care. I don't care one bit. We're still winning. And we did. We won one. And they got better as the day went on. We had fun. But they came. They didn't have to. And it was hitting me all day. I was like, at 17, 18 years old, would I have showed up on a beautiful Saturday like today? Nah. Not a chance. Not a chance. So there is bad in this world. But there is good too. And part of the reason I'm going after this, not after the school, wanting to work with the school to get in with the kids and say, my brother fought this out here for a long time to protect you guys. Abby, the first one to use a purse string procedure done to get saved her life 16 years ago. Exactly, right there. That's one of our children. Abby, Shelley's daughter. That's one of the reasons why I don't mind going over to the high school at 2 o'clock on a Saturday to play cornhole. But there was other folks. Let me mention them real quick. Joe Clendale, Billy Guy, Mr. Davis. Nick was there. So there was a lot more to it than just people showed up. Joe didn't have to go. Nick didn't have to go. They have no connection there. Mr. Davis doesn't. Billy doesn't. 3 of the young people, and I'm going to mess their names up because I wasn't familiar with them. Jameson was in here from the other day from the decathlon team. He showed up with Clay from the decathlon team. The only reason they did it is because they heard me say it on air and they said, we're going. And then one of the wrestlers, and I'm so sorry, but he's the one I talked to at the Legion. He sat next to me the night they were in here. And he walked up and I looked at him and said, I know. And he goes, I sat next to you in studio. And I was like, that's freaking awesome. Those kids didn't have to be there, but they were. Guess what? There wasn't no prize. There was nothing for winning that tournament. The prize was raising money for Riley's Hospital. Easter weekend, these kids are out doing something for nothing. That's all we can ask for of our youth. Because there's a whole hell of a lot of people wanting something for nothing. And these kids are doing something for nothing. And that impressed the hell out of me. Because I know I wouldn't have. Not a chance. Not a chance on a beautiful Saturday. Middle of the day. I'm going to see back then. PJ, I'm doing fine, sir. My legs are tired. I'm going to tell you that. 30 minutes on the treadmill. Wear the old fat kid out. That's all right. It's good for me. Embrace the suck, as the military term would go. It just hit me, and I've been thinking about it all day. And I told her mom. Her mom got online, was going back and forth with me, talking about she loved it and she likes doing that stuff. And I was like, dude, that's exactly why I like hanging around these kids like this. That's why we have these shows. They're staying out of trouble. They've got structure. They're doing good with their grades. Madison's a 3-time state champion dancer with MHS dance. I think Grayson is a cheerleader. The one young man sat next to me is a wrestler. The other 2 are in state champion decathlon. Hello, Emily. These are good kids. And they're out volunteering for zero. For zero. And if I wouldn't have said nothing, the only place they'd probably get recognized is in their high school. And that's in high school, you don't care. They don't care. I mean, I get that. Madison might get on here and tease us with Coney Dog stuff later about 10:30 crowd that she normally does, but that's it. Hello, Jason. That's impressive stuff. And with all the negative in the world, especially possibly tomorrow on Easter weekend, we got young folks in this community doing something for nothing and enjoying it. And I appreciate that. And I hope they understand the reasons why I appreciate that. Because they sure as hell didn't have to be there. But they were. I know it's this is normally not the 9:45 show. What's up, Dalton? Normally it's full of foolishness, like last night with, we had Peter Cottontail on, and please do not go back and watch that show. That could probably, my sponsors, please do not go back and watch the show. That was it was one of the funnest shows we did, and one of the most horrible shows we've ever done. And we had 2 phone calls from kids. Colton Goss's son called in, Dawson, and was yelling at Mr. Cottontail for candy. And then Cooper, Kristen and Dalton's boy, oldest boy, because now they have Timothy Jr., or not Timothy Jr., but Timothy Arthur, T.A., he called in, and he didn't get it that we couldn't see him. Me and my son went and mowed the churchyard today. That's awesome, Jeff. That is awesome. It was a good day to mow. But Cooper was like, can you guys see me doing this? And we're like, no, Coop, we can't see you. But he didn't want any candy. He just wanted to talk. So we had fun last night. But this isn't starting out like the normal 9:45 show. And I'm sorry, but I want these young adults, young men and women, to be recognized for what they do. And I hope they get why they're getting around. I'm sure they will understand that. I wouldn't have done it. It just wasn't in me at that age. Hello, Londa. Hello, April. It wasn't in me at that age. But to see them do it now, and with the trouble going on around our planet, that makes me feel good. Gives me hope, was something we all need, especially this weekend. Easter weekend. They didn't have to come. They didn't have to show up. They don't owe me a thing. But team porch time, and we're going to win, and I talked all that smack, and I didn't care if I won. I was there for the fun. Hello, Daniel. And we had fun. The girls got better. The last game they played, I sat out, and I think we got beat by 2 points. So we had a good time. I told them next year we're coming back. We do this. If Porch Time puts on a cornhole tournament, they are my cornhole partners. They're gonna, either we're gonna win it or we're gonna get beat. No big deal. So it's good to see. I want to get in there. Hello, Stephanie, with the group we're putting together. We have grand kiddos that were at Raleigh Babies, and that was an awesome place. They're the best of the best, and any high school kid that supports Raleigh are very proud of them. Exactly, Larry. Amen. Hello, Steph. Amen. And it's heartwarming to see that. But like I said, there was others. Joe Clindell, friend of mine, here in town. He showed up with Billy Guy. They played. Nick Roten played. Like I said, the two young men from hello, Deborah, from the decathlon team, Clay and Jameson. They had never heard about it. And I mentioned it while they're in here, and they're like, "We're going." And we ended up putting them out. I felt bad, but that's part of it. So you're not going to win them all. But they were there. They participated. And then the young wrestler is a junior. Good kid. He was the one I talked to. Yep. There's another. He was the one I talked to at the Legion. Good evening, Deborah. Well, and yes and no, Angie. Like I said, you can drag a horse to water, just using it as an example, but they don't have to come. Them kids didn't have to come. Madison didn't have to come, and she wanted Grayson to be there with her, which I get. And she could have told her no, and then Madison like, "I'm not going." But they came. They played, they stuck around the whole time. We were there. And we had a good time. And it just makes me feel good as a person knowing that there's still young kids out there, young adults out there that are making a difference or trying to get their foothold on making a difference and becoming good people, trying to help others. And the key is doing something for nothing and not even. And I told him, I said, I messaged him, I said, "I got you 2 gift cards, $20 a piece from Culver's." And her mom online was like, she didn't want anything for it. And I was like, I know she didn't. And that's the beauty of it. She's going to get these cards because she deserves it. I wish I could give them more. But I told her, Mom, I said, I will ask them and keep asking them. Yes, it is, Deborah. When we have events, to come help, to be a part of it. And Josie. There's almost all these kids that I've had in here have been phenomenal. Just great youth. And some of them just want the recognition, just want to be heard, just want to be seen. And you know what? I'm happy to do that. That's good stuff. Which I could really go on a rant right now. I might as well just, you know what? It's 10 o'clock at night. We're just going to open up this big can of worms because I thought about this. When I presented this to WCBK 6 years ago, if they'd have took it and we'd have ran with it and done what I was suggesting and thinking, we could have had a massive media outlet right here in Morgan County. This and the radio together. Yes, I would be involved. Yes, I would want to be on air. And I still think we could. Hello, Teresa. It's somebody stubborn. I have extended the olive branch, not more than once. But it would have been phenomenal. We're already doing that. We're already looking at that idea. Whatever. If I had the money, I'd buy it myself. Because that radio station means a lot to me, because they started when I was born. They covered all of our football games. Some of the best sports announcers in the state were involved with that. They covered Martinsville athletics. They covered our community, all that. We all grew up with that. I want that back. I want to be a part of that. That's why I kicked this idea to them. Let's make it happen. I'm not trying to compete with you. I'm trying to mold together and work together. So if there's an investor out there that wants to purchase a station and want to be my boss and let me turn me loose in there, oh boy, we'd have some fun. I'm ranting mood. I'm in a rant mood. I'm telling you, I got out of that gym tonight and it was 30 minutes of walking. The only thing I'm missing now is hanging my flag up over there in the corner. What's up, Vicky? Hello, Geneva. There must be my aftershave or something they don't like. I don't get it, but I did kick this idea to him first. I'm not gonna lie. And the response was, we're already working on something just like that. Of course you are. Mr. Fields, there's another one. I'm sorry, Brian, I forgot to mention you. Mr. Fields was there. Did not have to come. Did not have to be a part of it. Tanya, I'm telling you. Wind that thing up in my back and turn me loose in that place. I would enjoy that. I can literally do this and be on the radio at the same time. The reach, it's just, hello, Vicky. It would be unbelievable. And I would not be against doing a morning show and an afternoon show every day. A morning show and a show like this. And then Sunday I would do my porch time normal. The only thing I couldn't do is music through this. The rest of the time we'd have music. Hello, Mr. Beck. Brian, I know, and I appreciate that, man. That's what I'm saying. I was saying Joe and Nick, Brian, those guys, and Billy, those guys didn't have to show up. They did. There was no prize. I did have one individual message me, what do we get if we win? I didn't respond. Mr. Fields didn't ask. Joe Clendena didn't ask. Mr. Guy didn't ask. None of the kids asked. We were trying to find something. I believe Dave Ricketts offered some, what was it? Rope, doggone it. It was the other night. And I meant to get with him and have him bring over a box as a gag. But nobody asked. I had one individual message me and asked me. I was like, I'm not even replying. I'm not going there because I'm going to win something. I could care less. Nerds. right. Nerds on a rope. There he is. David, I'm sorry. I meant to get a hold of you. He's got 1 billion of them nerds to get rid of. David, you get me them nerds and I'll get rid of them. I'll give away nerds every week as a gift on trivia questions. Give me a box of them. Yeah, nobody else asked. The one guy did, but I mean, so be it, you know. But we had a good time. Lots of good folks there, and Josie Dillman deserves all the credit. She put it together. I have plenty stop in. I will do that, sir. I will do that. Make freeze-dried nerd clusters. These are the old-fashioned ones you wrap around your neck, Tanya. The little rope, you can eat the rope in the whole 9 yards. It's 80s, and I'm loving it. So yeah, good day today. And if I see him, I'll pop back on. I'm going to get back into this because I have plenty stop in. I will. Like I said, if nerds are my least favorite candy and I have a sweet tooth, mine is black licorice. Nerds for nerds. There you go. Black licorice of any flavor. I just cannot stand that. And the closest thing that I've ever had to it liquid wise was Ouzo. And I will never experience that again. Thank God. Yeah, if I see one of them pop back on, I'm going to get back into this mode because they deserve the credit, and I'm going to embarrass them enough to where they'll probably clock out for the night and go home. And that's all right. They deserve it. They deserve it because I know daggone good and well at 17, 18 years old. Exactly, Brian, 100%. How did the Easter egg hunts go today? I wouldn't have been there. I know there were several. I pushed 4 or 5 of them, and I saw a few others pop up throughout the day. Brian's pretty good. He did not. I didn't see that one. I was rusty. Started the first one, and the second game I found my rhythm. Then I sat for the third one. What's up, Mr. Kanoy? I'm assuming the Easter egg hunts went well. I have not heard from Seth. I saw pictures from Gregg Township. Cedar Creek said they had a blast. I talked to Chelsea, but it was about her son was at the gym. I should have asked her about Grand Valley. They have other events coming up too, and I may hit one of them. They got a and I don't have my sheet in front of me. They have a vendor craft fair coming up, and they do a pork sandwich, and not the paper thin ones, not those nasty ones. These are the thicker ones. The last Friday fetch every month. Hello, James, of every month. So looking forward to that. That'll be interesting. But we have the eclipse coming up. Indiana Weather Network. It went well. I was just talking about that. We had a good time, raised some good money. Some fantastic young people were in there helping out, and it just was a good day. It made me feel good seeing the younger generation doing something for nothing, and you don't see a lot of that anymore at all. And I liked being around that. It was an honor for me to be there with those younger folks today, and I enjoyed it. And now the competitor in me, yeah, I wanted to win. That I don't know. What's up, Jack? I will have to find that out from Josie. I think there was 3 or 4 teams left when we bowed out, and they were all pretty good. Brian might know. He may have won. Now, the one kid that was in here that was a wrestler, his team was pretty good. They beat us pretty good at the start. Those kind of high school kids of the future. Exactly, Larry. And that's why next event we have that they're eligible for. I'm not going to have them come to the golf course because that's a different crowd. But I would gladly, any fundraisers we have or anything like that coming up, I will make sure I send a message to Josie, to Madison, if she wants to bring Grayson, have her come. Those are good people. And they've been raised right, you can tell. So, they are our future leaders. You are 100% correct. Yeah, it was a good field. Do you know who won, though, Brian? Was it the young kids? Or was it the kid with the Colts shirt on? I didn't know his name, but that guy was good. It'd have been interesting, me and you partners with the rest of the field and seeing what would have happened, bud. I think we know what would have happened. But I'm not knocking my partners. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to have them as partners again. Younger kids won. Good. I'll message them. Good for them. We were taking 24 high school kids into Costa Rica in June. They were supposed to go to Haiti. We are diverting to Costa Rica this year. That's phenomenal, Larry. I'm telling you. The man does so much that goes under the radar. He's been to Haiti more often than not. Right, Brian. I understand. Thank you, James. I let her know that you would be contacting her. They don't let me touch the money, man. You know that. Beth's the money handler. I don't get to do that stuff. She knows it. She knows that I'd be taking people to dinner and buying this and doing this, and we're like, hey, our account that we do fundraisers with and stuff like that is empty. I think 12 or 13, Rick. And I told Josie, I said, give me that schedule for the first half of the year. And we'll promote the heck out of it and have you in. And then after January, we'll do the next half. I'm ready for spring baseball and T-ball to start in 2 weeks. I think so. It's that time of year. We'll be out there to cover a couple games at Artesian Little League. We do every year. It is so fun watching the little ones play. So can't wait for that. That'll be fun. But yeah, I'm telling you, if anybody got some serious jack out there and want to buy the radio station, just let me know. You can own it. Just open the doors and say, here you go. Do what you got to do. According to my weather app for Monday, April 8th, high of 68, 40% showers, cloudy to... That's been bouncing back and forth. Zach told me last week it was chance of clouds was higher every day for that 4-day period. But it actually lowered to where it was partly sunny, and now it's gone back up a little bit. But even if it's cloudy out, it's still going to turn to midnight. The only thing is you're not going to be able to see the stars and stuff like that and the sun and the moon, but it will turn pitch black here. It will be, the crickets will come out. Your pets will be like, what's going on? And it's going to be chaos for about 4 minutes, 3.5. I just hope I hope we have a sunny day. Once in a lifetime thing for most of us, I believe all of us. I forget, I think it was Larry who was telling us when the next one rolls through. For only 4 minutes, yeah. But I mean, it's gonna twilight. It's gonna slowly get dark like it does in the evening. It'll be interesting to see. Saturday night, late night chat with Chiz, as I've been saying. And that's the Coney Dog throwback. The 10:30 crowd's coming. And 2044, I think I heard. I thought it was later than that. Maybe I'm off. I thought it was like 99 years or something. I don't see me making that cut. I don't see me. I'd be leery about 2044 for me also. Someone sent me a message. Hang on. I don't know who you are sending me these messages. I have no idea who that was. Just sent me a text. Deborah, I'm not for sure. I just thought it was later than that. So anyway, it was a good day. Good day today. Right, same here. Same here, Deborah. Great day today. Happy to be a part of that. Tomorrow's a big day, of course. Resurrection. If you're going to church, hope you have a wonderful service. If you're staying home, it doesn't make you a bad person. I'm probably going to go to work, and I believe wholeheartedly in every bit of it. Christ died for our sins, and it's just something I got to do tomorrow because I took the day off and I got to go to work. But that is what it is. It's not like I'm not a believer. Wholeheartedly, 100%. And I hope all your Easter celebrations go well. My legs are tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, do we need to start a gym group? And I don't want to. But that was a thought. I like my solitude in there. I go in there and I keep to myself. I'm actually on the same treadmill my brother used to walk on. Just for clarification. And that brings me some peace. Okay, so Deborah, you were correct, dear. So we might be around. Maybe the next one through this area is like 99 years away or something. through this path. You would think the path would be repetitive, would it not? Right. Rick just had posted that right above you. You would think with all things being equal, the path would be repetitive at some point in time in the future. The same route or close to would be similar. But if you missed it last night, I was going to say you got Peter Cottontail in here. That was a friend of the show. He's not popped on yet. I won't give his name. I'll let him spill that. Coming up, we got the Eclipse. Indiana Weather Network will be in studio. They're going to stay the night here, I think, Saturday into Sunday, maybe Sunday into Monday. Depending how it goes. Zach said if it's going to be cloudy, he's going to run to southwest Texas and try to meet it when it comes into the Continental, and hopefully they got sunlight down there. He's going somewhere. There's Cody right there. What's up, Cody? So they'll be in studio. We'll probably end up doing shows from here and then heading over there, getting set up. Now, there's been some questions about what we're doing because you got newspapers saying one thing without ever talking to us, which is typical of an individual at that paper. And I won't go into that. But we're going to play that. We're not bringing game. We're bringing our cornhole boards. We're cooking food on our grill. That's it. We thought about getting vendors. We didn't. We never came out and said, hey, we got vendors coming. We never came out and said we're getting bounce houses. These were original ideas that we never followed through with. It's going all right, Cody. It's venting right now, but that's okay. Not bad. Not bad. So we're going there. Was he Peter Cottontail? No, he was not. Hope your evening going as well. Yeah, like a tailgate. Show up. Show up, bring your chair, hang out. Zach's going to go live. He's got glasses he's going to sell or give away. Oh, it's good event sometimes. We're going to go live. And we're just going to hang out. Hang on, someone's messaging me. Yeah, I saw that paper in the 70s, Brian. You had posted that. That's pretty cool. So we're going to go there and hang out. Come join us. If you can make it through town and you don't want to sit at your house and do it, come over there and hang out. We'll go live, tell stupid stories, maybe introduce some people on mic, play some cornhole. That's it. That's it. We've got a little area of the fairgrounds. So whatever you're reading, and I've been consistently saying this on air for several times. Was he Peter Cottontail? No. Think short and doesn't like any kind of foods. That should be a dead giveaway. And fairgrounds. So that's it. That's all we're doing. I got questioned over that. And because the fairgrounds was like, Kevin, what are you doing to us? What are you doing to us? I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. I've told you the same story 4 times. And I'm not changing now. Hello, Natalie. So that was handled. And I told him I would re-announce it on air. And I have. So that one's off the books. That's next week. That is next week. Next weekend is the eclipse. So if you're worried about things going south real bad for the eclipse, better get yourself right with God. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow will be the day to start doing that. I don't think anything's going to happen like that. And if it did, there's absolutely nothing we could do. But whether you're in your house or outside your house or in your car or in a high-rise hotel, if something like that happens, it's irrelevant. So might as well go out and face the music, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to have some fun. Indiana Weather guys are a very good group of dudes and ladies, and they're going to hang out here. Zach could set his entire system up basically and tie it into mine and run his weather stuff if weather goes bad. He could give his reports and charts and everything as he does when he was popped on live earlier. Tomorrow afternoon could be rough around here. There could be some nasty storms rolling through. Keep an eye on that. It's 100%, Deborah. Tomorrow afternoon could be rough. So I know it's a holiday and everybody's going to be with their family and friends, but keep an eye on the radar. Just keep an eye on it. Because these spring storms, you never know. And that's what he said. There's could do one thing and do happen. Something could happen, could do another, and something else would happen. So keep an eye on that. I'm anticipating the 10:30 to 10:40 crowd that comes in is normally, I don't either, but they are what they are. And it's good to have tie-ins with a group like Indiana Weather Network. They give you the lowdown. They tell you what's going on. We'll be at Peregrine Speedway at their event. We'll monitor your show and keep posted how things are going down there at the Speedway. That's right. They're going to have a big one down there. Rick, how'd it go last night? Tell us a little bit. I'll just spill the beans. They had a great night at No Way Out at Peregrine last night. I saw Scotty was down there taking photos. Peregrine Homecoming was down there doing raffles and big crowds and just a good night for racing. Hello, Sarah and Desi. I don't know what time you got out of there, but it looked like a heck of a show. And that's good. Some of the pictures, Scott's such a good photographer. Some of the photos he was posting today, I was like, man, he's good. He's really good. Catching them coming out of the corners, 3 wheels. But I hope you guys all had a good Easter egg hunt today. I can remember as a kid, some days the Easter egg hunt, there'd be snowing. And every year when I had little kids, it was raining. And so today was unique. 1:15, that's not too bad for that big a race. Years in the past, it'd be 3 a.m. and you're rolling out there and heading north to Martinsville. And I'm like, oh my gosh, cannot wait to get home. That's not too bad. And the crowd they had, phenomenal. Hello, Allie. It's at 10:30 crowd showing up almost on the dot. The 10:30 rowdy bunch. I know I might as well start the show at 10:30 from now on because that's when that 10:30 to 10:45 group that comes in. They're just a different cast. I haven't seen Seth or Trent yet. And sometimes Mr. Wayman's in here. There's Valerie from Florida. Hello, Valerie. How are you, dear? All the way from the Sunshine State. I keep threatening her. Next time she's home, she's coming in studio with me. Or we're going to Zoom her in. I've known her a very long time. She's successful at everything she does. And her smile just lights up a room, and we will have her on air. What's up, Keith? She's a joy to talk to, and she's a chatterbox like me, so we could just talk forever. Her presence is always welcome here in this building. But you got to get her home. She comes home for like a minute, and she's like, "Hey, I'm back in Florida." I know. We do chat. We can carry on a conversation, which is important. And she has a site. Listen to this, folks. And I'm gonna undersell it, and she'll correct me if I am wrong. I think she has a site with 300,000 followers. And it's the Taste of Florida or Florida in Pictures. And what is the exact name of it, Val? I forget. I apologize. Keith, it was a lot of fun. And thank you. I was going off about it earlier, and if I see one of them pop on, Florida Must See. That's it. I will go back to it. But thank you, and it's great seeing young folks like that do something and want nothing in return, and that's what I was hitting on. Florida Must Sees, and you do spectacular work. Would have been earlier, but 2 drivers and 1 spectator was taken to the hospital. Everything all right. 313,000 members. And I pound my chest over 18,000. She's like, 18,000. Whatever. JV squad. Everybody all right, though, Rick? Do we know? 313,000, Val. Just just slice off some of them and let me have a few of them. That's good, though. That shows people love what you do and gravitate towards you because you're good at what you do. And that's clear as a bell. I've watched your videos. I've watched your live. We have a fantastic group. I totally agree. But it's not 313,000. It's not that triple digit like you got down there in South Florida. But you got a big crowd to choose from, too. You're very welcome. 313. I wouldn't know how to run that page, that community page with 313. Absolutely love seeing the community come together. That definitely sparks my heart. It's exactly. Keith sees it the same way I do. And I was venting earlier that on Easter weekend of all weekends, Josie Dillman, Madison, and Grayson, 3 young ladies, were doing something for nothing. And at that age, there's no way I would have done that. Don't know. One driver surgery this morning. This poor spectator was really sick. Oh. Now, if they would all just send me $1 for the work, that is the key, Val. Then you can fly back and forth on your private jet. I hope they're all right, Rick. Then you can fly back and forth on your private jet, and you could be on porch time, and then you could go to Florida Must See. You could travel then you could do United States Must See, bringing your photography skills. No, we love you. We love your work. We've known you for a very long time, and you and I have always gotten along. And it's just, you're just good folk, and you're just fun to be around. You always have been. And apparently, 313,000 other people feel the same way. So I'm not alone. Stephanie, thank you for the stars, dear. Thank you for the stars. I used to go, woohoo, and everybody told me to stop that. I was like, whatever. I'll stop doing my little dance. Hey, I feel the same. Well, thank you, Val. I appreciate that. Love your show. Stephanie, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all my viewers and my sponsors. I didn't do sponsors tonight, but I appreciate them. They all know that. And we got a new one too. And I'm not going to read it, but we have a new HVAC sponsor, and we got some others coming in. A few others coming in. Maybe a big one yet. We don't know yet. They don't let me make all the decisions. That's probably good. There's one of the individuals now that we're just giving high praise to, and now that she's on, we're going to regurgitate. And Keith was just talking about this. Josie, Madison, and Grayson, 3 young ladies from our school, doing something for nothing over Easter weekend. And I think back to that age, 17, 18, for myself, would I have done that? No way in hell. In a world that we live in right now with as much crap going on, especially this weekend, I think that's extremely impressive. And I know she's listening. I know she's on here, and I want her to hear that because she deserves the credit. As I said, 3-time state champ. Josie's been doing this all year. I think Grayson's a cheerleader. The one kid was a wrestler. The 2 other kids were in the decathlon team. These are all good kids, every one of them. She didn't have to tell me yes. I know I joked with her and teased with her for 2 weeks up to this. Half the time she was in Florida. She could have told me, whatever, I'm not going. But they did. They showed up, did something for nothing over Easter weekend. And you know how many texts I get every week? You have no idea. That phone takes a beating. I want to help out. I want to do something. Okay. Here you go. There you go. Is that Grayson? There's the second one. Team Porch Time is all here. I am proud of those girls. And there's Madison. I'm praising you two young ladies. You girls did not have to come today at all. On a beautiful Saturday, on Easter weekend, you did something for nothing. And that impresses the hell out of me. And that is a rarity in this day and age. And the way the strife of this world is and everything going on, we need people like you. And I told Madison's mom on air, online, I'll ask again. I'm not shy. I'm not afraid to be told no. I will ask you guys again. There's Keith to come to do stuff. They did great. Super proud of them for pulling us off today. Our community is so super. Yep. 100% Keith. Congratulations. Great job. Team Porch Time forever. I think I sent that to Maddie. So we had fun. We didn't win. Unfortunately, we'll have to discuss that off air, girls. Uh-oh. Seth's in the house. It's gonna see. I told you. I need to start this at 10:30 from now on. I think I'm gonna have to stay at the gym longer. 30 minutes on the treadmill tonight. I feel like my legs are gummy bears, but that's all right. I'm sitting here. The show's going an hour right now. I could sit here for another 2 hours and not move. I may be here when it's time to go to work tomorrow. But they deserve it. Those girls did not have to come. Josie did not have to say, "Hey, Kevin, be there." Grayson and Madison could have told me, "We got plans." But they came, and they did something for nothing over Easter weekend. And they got better. The last game, they're like, "Old guy, sit out. We got this." And they almost pulled off the W. The official Easter Bunny partner of Porch Time is officially best-looking bunny. You got it. You got it, Seth. We already went over those photos. There's some there's some scary-looking bunnies out there, and that is not, I'm not a, the Burger King guy, yeah, I can't deal with him, but the weird-looking bunnies, no. Creepy. Creepy. Yes, Deborah, I took the day off. I do have to go to work tomorrow. I'm the only one that does what I do, so I have to go to work tomorrow. Why are you working on Easter? It's just the way do you know who ended up winning? I think the wrestler guy that in here with me, and I'm sorry I forget his name. I think his group won. I'll find out. I'll message Coach and get his name. But ladies, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. I got Culver's tickets for you. Just Madison, get a hold of me. You're more than welcome to come and get them. He's got the bunny. Right. Help the bunny deliver baskets. If you missed last night's show, please don't go watch it. It's probably the most funny show we've ever been involved in. And the most horrible show we've ever been involved with. There are some hilarious moments, and there's moments when I wanted to take my monitor and throw it to the wall. But ladies, I'm serious. I've been ranting and raving about this for an hour. At 17, 18 years old, I would not have done what you guys done. And that's impressive. And that gives me hope that the young men and women that we have in our school system that are going to be leaders in some capacity are out here trying to make a difference in the world right now. I have 3 family members. Yeah, time out. Done being sentimental. Which one of you's got my gum? And what's your address? Do I have to come there now? I'll trade you chiz for gum. Keith, I think Mike and Tyler, I'm not exactly sure their names, but it was me and Nick against them in the finals. Oh, okay, so Nick got to the finals. Grayson's mom's on here. Grayson's mom. They took my gum. I'm praising them, giving them high praise. Congrats, Keith. Giving them high praise, but they took my gum. And it was our good luck gum. Once we started mowing on, I think Grayson ate 5 pieces at once. And Maddie was like, no mas, just a couple. And that was it. We started winning. Madison was throwing him in the hole. Grayson was throwing him in the hole. And then they're like, "Hey, old dude, go sit down. We got it." We had fun. We had a good time. And it was a great cause. And I'm stressing, 17, 18-year-old kid, I would not have done that. Beautiful Saturday. For nothing. They did it for nothing. We need more of that in the world. Not only from our young kids, but from our adults. Good night. Busy day tomorrow. Enjoy your Easter. Happy Easter, Keith. Thank you. God bless you. Thanks for coming and playing today, buddy. Appreciate that. Something for nothing. And you can't be more proud of our youth when they do that. That is phenomenal. Because it doesn't happen. Because I can show you my phone. And I can show you my text message to other individuals. Oh, you want something to do? I'm the guy. Trust me. I can find you something to do. Bingo. Bingo, Seth. And these ladies did. They did. They didn't have... Madison told me, I don't care how many Coney dogs with chiz he buys. I'm not going to go play cornhole on my Saturday off, just back from vacation. It's going to be 70 beautiful degrees out. I'm not doing it. Enough she roped her friend in and they both came. I wouldn't have done it. Not at 17, I guarantee. I'd have been like, nah, I'm going fishing, I guarantee you. Or I'd have been in the woods or fishing or something. Shooting my brother. It's just what we did. We lived in the woods. That's where we learned to shoot. But that was impressive. By Josie, by all the kids involved today. Even the Jameson and Clay. And I can't remember this young man's name. They deserve it. That's what I sent her a text. Said, no, Madison, thank you. 3-time state champ right there, folks. 3-time state champ in dancing. No, she and Gretchen, Grayson, I stand corrected. Grayson, I think she's a cheerleader. I correct me if I'm wrong. They don't have to come hang out with us. A bunch of old dudes playing cornhole. Would you do that? At 17? Nada. I'm going to the McDonald's to get me some fries and a Coke. With chiz. I wouldn't have done it. And that's impressive to me. And I hope more adults, I wish more adults would be that way. And I wish more youth would be that way. Because I get a lot of BS and smoke blown up my phone when like, hey, we need something. Yes, chiz. Oh, yes, cheerleader. Okay. That's what I thought. Hey, we want to be in the community. We want to volunteer for something. I got a list. What do you want to do? Ladies, I'm telling you right now, not the eclipse, you can't come. The golf tournament, it's packed. But after that, we do fundraisers, I'm messaging you. I'm telling you right now. We do fundraisers, Madison, you're getting a text. Just might as well know that right now. You don't have to. Tell me no. It's not going to change my opinion of you. But I respect you as people and what you did today. And I like that. That's what we do here. That's why Corey and I and Beth all mesh well. Do we fight and argue? You bet we do. We don't always agree. Because one knucklehead has ideas that rolls through his head 19 times a day and thinks they can work. And they're like, dude, it won't happen. And I'm like, watch. So yeah, that's impressive. That's good stuff. What's up, Eli? You guys did well today. And I like being around people like that. That's just what I said online. I enjoy being around people like that are willing to sacrifice. And it may seem petty to you, but sit in this chair and see what I've seen and hear what I see on this phone from organizations, from individuals, young and old. Hey, we want to help. Okay, here you go. Want to help with that? Oh, we'll be out of town that week. Okay, got another one. What about that weekend? Oh, I'm going to see my sister's cousin's aunt, nephew's getting married. Oh, what about this one? No reply. Guess what? Delete. Happens all the time. And I'm in a vent mood. You missed the first hour. I was snapped off. Happens all the time. How does Easter Bunny leave his eggs? Desi, no. Or excuse me, Sarah, no. Don't get Seth going. That was last night's show of 2 hours of sophomore humor that I don't know how we're even on air today. Because we were talking about how eggs were passed and made and why his mouth wasn't moving, and it was just nonstop goofiness. It was funny, though. That's a good one, though, Sarah. I've been ranting around about these ladies today for a solid hour now. Because it's impressive. It's Easter weekend. Easter weekend, and these girls did something for nothing. And there's so many people in this world, and some around here that are so full of, it's Easter weekend, I won't use the S word, that they want to look good on paper, but they don't want to put the effort in. And it's always about effort. Don't give me PTSD from last night. The worst one was I about launched water through my nose on air about halfway across the table. I'm glad I got off camera. Yeah, that was funny. Why? Kids, my mouth won't move because I had a stroke. What Easter Bunny says that? It's so funny. Anyway, I'm sorry I spent an hour praising the youth of this community. I'm not sorry. They deserve it. I don't care if you're mad at me or not. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. They deserve it. They deserve it. Because I know daggone good and well at 17 years old, I'd have been like, are you kidding? I go to the lake. I gotta go fishing. What's up, Nick? I gotta go do something. Mushroom hunting. Shoot Timmy in the chest with a BB gun so he can retaliate and put one through my calf. Which he did. Then get in a big fight with him. Dad has to pull us apart. An Easter bunny that tells the truth that bunny people explain. that the Easter bunny that was in here last night was. It was. So no show tomorrow morning. I'll be at work. If you're jumping off here, we're losing numbers because it's getting late. But happy Easter, all of you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Easter celebrating the resurrection of our Savior. And it's a beautiful day for that. And I hope everything goes right across the planet, as I'm nervous because there's lots of rumors abound. And it just warmed my heart today. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. When you have 3 lovely young ladies involved and they did this, it just makes my day. Because you don't always get to see that. Happy Easter, Kevin, everyone on here. Exactly, Seth. Same to you and your family, dear. And your lovely wife who puts up with you, and I don't know how. She's a saint. I'm somber. I'm the gym took it out of me, too. That's why I said I'm finding peace here, because at 30 minutes on the treadmill, I was like, 911? Could you have someone pull my car up to the front door? I'm going to crawl out of here. That's all right. I need to quit being a sissy about it and get on it. Can't stand that. See, I ran them off. They're like, that's it. That's enough on the praising. But that's all right. They deserve it. They know how we feel. They know how the community feels about them, and that's what they deserve. And that's not easy for a young person to take credit like that, because it's the grasp the situation. It's a joke. Hey, got a question for you there, Seth. What are you doing on the 8th? I got to go with on the 7th and rope off a little area. I haven't determined yet. And you know what? I need to find out if the Scoop is open on the 8th, because that is right there, buddy. Of course, you got to walk past the liquor store. I'm just letting people know it's right there. It's not that we're going to stop, but the Scoop is right there. And that could be Coney Dog heaven on the 8th. We're right there. That's a day off of work for me. I'm probably not going to sleep in because I'll have a whole studio's going to be covered with Indiana Weather Network guys sleeping on the floor. I'm like, you're not sleeping in my bedroom. Vamonos. I took off work, but I'm not sure. You got to get in here would be Getting here would be difficult for you. That's right. Maybe help me out on the 7th if you're around. Yeah. That'll work. Yep, that'll work. Ladies, if you're on, trust me, I'll get a hold of you again. Get a hold of me, Madison, on the gift cards. I will ask for your services again. That's what we do here. $400,000 plus raised in 6 months, 6 years. You don't do it with people that don't like to give, that don't like to give for nothing. And you guys fit that mold. Josie, too. Josie, love her dad. Tim and I have been friends, I think, since 3rd grade. And I don't like seeing him in the position he's in, but sometimes life gets us. Anyway, I'm rattling, Seth. I've been in this mood all night. But today it made me feel good. I posted, I was honored to be there with them. There were more young people. There were some fantastic guys. Joe, Keith, Mr. Fields, Billy Guy, Nick. Knew every one of them. Good people. But the kids, to me, stole the show. They deserved it. They deserve the praise. I wouldn't have. Not a chance. Seth, at 17, would you have done that? Why am I even asking? My dad probably would have had to beat me to get me there, and he'd probably beat me anyway. Are you breathing? Oh, my bad. But no, I wouldn't have. It was, Sarah. It was. Yep, Billy was there. Billy's Joe Clendetta's partner. And they play all the time. Now, Corey probably would have played. I mean, he's tax season. That's why he's busy. And Madison made a mistake on here saying, I'm part of the MHS Dance Marathon. Oh, there's my partner. You're in. And, I throw it out there. And I razz her. She could have said, nope, can't. I got to go to Greenwood to get my nails done. Or get to something. We got a dance thing. She didn't. And that's why I like hanging around people like that. Oh, 100%. Same. Oh, my dad just drugged me. I don't think there was anything with not drug, but like drag. A charity event involved with it or anything like that. It was just because he wanted to do that. Were you scalping tickets? I'm sorry, folks. I know this is not the typical 9:45 show where I laugh and carry on and do sophomore jokes. This has been a very somber, rage-filled. The people's hearts are. Yes, exactly. And that's why I like hanging around people like that. That's why Corey and Beth and I get along. I mean, they put up with my crap 24. You should see the text messages. I wake up every morning, I was like, I wonder if they're going to answer me today. Could you imagine Beth's position dealing with this? There's a reason why I'm divorced and single and do not date. There's reasons. Way too many ideas pop up at 2 a.m. I got an idea. Oh, Lord. The mind does not shut off. Part of it. As I said at the beginning of the show, someone buys CBK. Well, what we do here, I sent to them 6 years ago, and I told them, let's do this. We can dominate. It'll be unbelievable media. We can still do this. I can still be on mic. End of story. Oh, that's pretty cool. We've already set something. We're already working on something like that. Whatever. 6 years later, guess what's happening? CBK's for sale, and we're still going. That's not a bitter spot on me. And I am attached to that station because that meant a lot to me growing up, because they used to, I don't know, they did good for our community, and I want to bring that back, and I want to be involved with it. I want to be part of it. My millions? Seth, I'm working tomorrow, if that tells you anything. I'm a single dad living in a 25,000 square foot home, 2,500. I stand corrected, square foot home by myself, which only use about 3 rooms. I still can't. That whole back wing I haven't been in probably 6 months. I don't even have a front room. It's porch time crap. I'm not kidding you. If you come over here and walk through the house, you'd be like, what in the world? Massive printer in there, massive cutter in there, laptop should be in there, porch time stuff back there, front rooms emptied, all porch. We got a Christmas tree. The original Christmas tree from the show is in that front room in the bags. But I don't need a front room. I'm not entertaining guests in there. If I have guests guess what? Come on in studio and hang out. I've only got an 80-inch TV right here. It's just been a rant show. It's not. I apologize. Hopefully Monday morning, coffee with Kevin. I'll pop back on tomorrow evening, but just for giggles. Unless weather kicks in, I'm gonna go to work. I think porch time makes me happy. I enjoy doing it. My idea was when I started this, when I talked to Rami and we set it up, I wanted to take. I don't know if you've heard the story, but when I got divorced, there's Lorena. There's the saint of the family, Lorena. Going through divorce. I lived at the other end of Columbus Street by Central. And I used to sleep less than I do now. There may have been rum involved. That's just part of the story. And I would sit on the front porch, and it got to be a game where I would type it on the community page. Hey, I might do the front porch tonight. And I would describe what was going on in that neighborhood. It was something every night, and it was hilarious. You're too sweet, Lorraine. Oh, I know. I can be sweet every now and then, but most of the time it's brown water. Saying, oh boy. So, like 3 or 4 times into it, a friend of mine I haven't seen in like 6 years is jogging at midnight. I was like 1 a.m. I was still awake on the porch. He stops and we talk for like till 3 a.m. on a work night. So I'm typing that as we're chit-chatting. Boom, community page. The next night, I go to work, I come home. I think I took a nap. And about 10, I went out there. Might have been some rum involved. Just painting a picture here, folks. Just painting a picture. And I think I had a police officer and a fireman sit on my porch. They were off duty. Sit and talk till like 2 a.m. Then it became a game. Then there was like 6 people. Then there was 8 people. And so I text, what's up, Nick? I text my buddy's an IT guy. I said, how do I communicate with the crowd and they can visually see me and we can make this work? And I typed out this big, long idea. It was like freaking 4 paragraphs long. Hit it. I don't even sit back down. We could have you up and running in 2 weeks. Buy this, and this. I was like, all right. And away we went. There's Crystal. Hello, Crystal. Hope you're well. There's Natalie. So excited for Monday. Situation on Monday. If we're going to be getting storms and tornadoes, I don't want to drive up from Bloomington. So we might have to bump that to later in the week. But if it looks like it's going to be all right, she'll be here Monday at 7. Shelf care with Logan. Have kids, they said it'd be fun. I'm sure Seth and I will be all into that. The cowboy riding dragons and the hockey players. I had no clue you rate books by spice. I mean, I can see the 50 Shades. I didn't read that. But I could get that. You could say, hey, this is raunchy level 10 or whatever, however you rate the books. But then I read American Sniper and stuff like that. Black Hawk Down. I know it. You guys are bonded at the hip now. I don't rate my books. I'm gonna come in here in a sweater and a button up and a pair of glasses and a I need to get my Peaky Blinders hat. That's what I need to get. But and just sit in here and soak it in and act like I know what I'm talking about, Seth, when I don't. Absolutely do not. Not a clue. He's in the preschool? Well, I don't even think I'm that far into it. Last book I read was American Sniper. That's not. Chris Kyle, loved the guy. Still cried at the end of that movie. Still can't believe he got taken out the way he did. It's a pity. Makes my eyes water. That's all right, though. Yeah, Logan is a big-time reader. She always was. Devin and Logan were huge readers in school. Devin's getting her master's. Logan has her own show. I think that's a push. It's extremely sad. Doing what he loved, though. Horrible ending. And that video of him going to his funeral in that casket driving through Texas, it's like Old Yeller. It's like when Littlefoot died. It's like in The Horse in the Never-Ending Story. If you make it through that and not cry, you're not human. I read books with pictures. I don't even have to read the rest. Also, for your information, I was in the advanced reading level for first grade. Get on my level. Yeah, I've got picture books too, Seth. Do they even make that stuff anymore? I don't think they do. To grow up in the era that we did, or I did, totally different stuff. That's why, is she on? That's why I need Madison to come in here and show me how to do YouTube to update the old mind, and we can make this functional in case we need a backup. Gets me ranting and raving about that now. Second grade, there you go. There you go. It was a Big Eyes Spy book. Yes. I was a big Dr. Seuss reader. I think I read every Dr. Seuss book known to mankind. I had something I wanted to discuss, and I lost that thought. Oh, tattoo. I said back in December there's going to be changes, and they're going to be permanent. Change the show format around. That tracks for you said. There you go. Change the show around, doing more shows, different shows, and I want to get a tattoo to honor my brother. If there have been maybe some drunk fueled rages going on while in, and I never got one. Came close, but I thought about a banner, American flag banner with his initials on it, and maybe his birth and death date. I'm considering that on my left arm, this area. I don't know. I'm not a big tattoo guy. I don't even wear jewelry. My brother just got a tattoo yesterday. Is that a sign that I don't need one or need one? I'll ponder this all night now. You know that. It'll be like 4 a.m. Should tattoo or no tattoo? That is the question. Seth has tattoos. Oh, does he? I did not know that, and I hope I didn't hit a sore spot. I apologize. You got his badge on your arm? When I was in, I wanted to get the American flag on my arm, and I almost did. I was like, maybe one more adult beverage away from doing it. But I just... What's up, Nick? Hey, said your name a bunch tonight, along with everybody else. Thank you, sir, for today. That was awesome. And the girls have left us because I ranted and raved about them too much. But it was good to see youth doing something for nothing. I have no tattoos, but thinking about one small one for my Jason. There you go. Seth has an American flag on his shoulder and bicep. Well, I did not know he was tatted up like that. I don't have any. Oh, that was awesome, Nick. Thank you, sir. And those young people doing something for nothing has hit me like a ton of bricks today. Because I thought about it all afternoon. I was like, would I have done that? No. At 17, not a chance. Not a chance. Now, I did join the military at 18, but I mean, I was going into a career. Oh, so I thought, stop, you're going to make him think I carry circus. Oh, the legs and the butt, hot. 11 o'clock, Saturday night. I've got a Punisher on my arm for my brother to use. Jeff, that's awesome, man. I need to do it. And it's another one that's not for me. It's for my 100%, Nick. 100%. And I just told both Grayson and Maddie that I will ask them again to do stuff for us. Because, A, that's rare in young people and adults. And I gravitate towards people like that. I like that. Something on my ribs for my mom. You have something on your ribs for your mom? Lorena's got a tattoo? Hello, Bradley. I'm like, am I the only person on the planet without a tattoo? Can we address that? Did I miss that boat? Timmy had a huge flying tiger on his arm. Got me on or whatever, Nick. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. There's some I know I can call and that you'd be there. I got a Spartan on my left arm for the fire department for the Fallen Brothers. That is awesome, Jeff. I did not know that. I should have got one for my unit in Germany. Or the unit I went with too in Panama. You have a few tattoos. I did not know that, Lorena. Nope, no tattoos for me. Okay. Sarah has no tattoos. None for me. Bradley? Okay. Now I don't feel as alone. My next tat will say Dragon Rider. I won't say where it's going. I want to get that across the small of my back and specifically wear shorts that come down and a shirt that's too small. You need me to pick that up for you? There you go. Oh, that's my dragon tattoo. That's my dragon tattoo. And it be dragon. No, I'm not a big display person, so it would be, I would want it hidden. I think you should get one. Plan on getting more soon, hopefully. I probably will. My birthday's in May. And I told the kids, if I get a tattoo, you're buying it. And it'll be for my birthday. Why is my volume low? Okay, there we go. My voice was low. Let me adjust that. Hang on, technical difficulties. No, I told him, birthday, buy me a tattoo. I mean, well, how much could it cost? 3 inches, 2 inches across the arm. TWC, 1968, 2024. 2023, I stand corrected. That's what I want. If I get one. I can always do number 2 American flag over here. And then get the butterfly on my back. All of mine are hidden. My first was my birthday present from my mom. Oh, that's awesome. Easy there, Barry White. You don't need to sing. Hey, I can't sing. What did Barry sing? I was going to go Lou Rawls there for a minute. Oh, he just did. Kenneth Duncan. Lord have mercy. 11:10 in the night on a Saturday night, and Kenneth at the 11 o'clock crowd showing up. Kenneth Duncan, how are you? You trips? Yeah, that's what I was saying, Nick. Right across right there at the good area. I could bend over and pick stuff up and display my stamp. I'm just not a big. I just never wanted one. I barely do stuff for myself. And that would be, to me, that's doing something for yourself. Materialistic wise. I don't know. That's just my crazy thought pattern on it. But if I get one, it's going to be that. And I'm leaning 70-30 to getting it. Tomorrow morning, that might be 50-50 again. You never know. $11:11. I'm parched. My legs are rubbery. I bet you I guarantee it, Seth. You need to do the Paragon Homecoming live. You need to do it. No, I thought about doing it in here. I'm good. How are you? This is my time when my family's asleep and I stay up watching documentaries. See, the weird thing about that is, I don't think I've turned my TV on. I watched 2 minutes of the Cubs game the other day. I don't think I've had a TV on. Thank you, Sarah. Woohoo! I don't think I've turned my TV on in 7 days. That's pretty depressing when you know you can lay in bed at night in a dark room and keep yourself awake, racking your brain. And I'm not talking for an hour. I'm 2:30ish, 3 o'clock. But I can't control that. Someone said, "Close your eyes." Really? I didn't think of that one. TV is overrated, 100%. I haven't watched national news since 2015, probably. Twitter is still the absolute best news source on the planet because it's instantaneous. There could be a wreck in Southern California and you've got someone going, 2-car collision in Southern California, boom. It's across the globe. 2 seconds later, hey, there's a building on fire in downtown London. Boom, it's across the globe. You don't need to wait for the news till 6 p.m. You don't need Howard Caldwell telling you there's a building on fire in London today at 6 p.m. It's instant. It's now. And society wants that. Baseball is back. Chloroform works. Does this smell like ether? Baseball is back. And other news, 34-year-old today, Alf repaired his ship and went back to... I missed Alf, though, because I think that was during military time. I didn't watch any of that. Chloroform works. I took a D3. My only vitamin I take is a D3 at night and one in the morning, and maybe Tums. But I didn't even have to do them because I'm only living off of coffee and protein right now. Literally, if I showed you what this mess has been taking in food-wise, you'd be like, Lord have mercy. Coffee and protein. That's it. And minimal hours of sleep. Baseball's back. I think the Cubs are 0-2, so I'm not turning them on. I think there was basketball tonight. I'll check it on my phone later. I don't know. I should let y'all go to bed so I can go contemplate life's poor decisions. Anyway, girls, if you're still on, and everybody else involved, much appreciation today. That breakfast you had this... Local Grind has an awesome low carb bowl. And I was just going to go get some scrambled eggs. I thought about getting some and making here. I was like, I don't feel like it. I said, just going to get some scrambled eggs from somewhere and a side of bacon. And instead of going that way, I went that way and headed up Morgan. I was like, low carb bowl at Local Grind. So I called in. And she's like, I said, you guys still get the low carb bowl? I used to put cayenne pepper on it too, to mix in with the jalapenos. Muy. Speaking of TV, I pay for 300 channels to watch baseball documentaries. Now, when I watch TV, I'll just tell it to you straight up, Kenny. Northwood Law, Texas Law, because I live there. Louisiana Law, because I live there. Montana Wardens, North Wardens, and Oak Island, of course. Fighting Bigfoot, of course. And, Destination, Josh Gates, whatever Josh Gates is on. I want to have him come in studio and talk to him. Very fascinating individual. Hello, Kayla, how are you? Fascinating individual. Travels the world, researches stuff. I'm a history buff, and that guy goes after it. That's it. That's all I watch. If nothing's on, Lone Star Law is awesome. Yellowstone and the spinoffs, yeah. Oh, I've never watched Yellowstone. Maybe a half an episode. Didn't watch Walking Dead. Didn't watch Breaking Bad. I'm just not into that. I don't know. I don't watch TV at all. At all. More of the reality shows than anything. But it is what it is. And I'm like you, I pay for an ungodly amount of channels, and I watch like 6. And it's depressing when I'm like, okay, I'll watch some TV tonight. No Gates, no Bigfoot, no Oak Island, none of the Northwoods Laws. And there's a little secret. And Seth, you might be able to hit this too. Rocky Balboa's a good one. I'm not going to dispute that. Gone in 60 Seconds. I haven't watched a movie in a long time. Seth might be able to answer this. Before 10 past, I could watch every cop show. Every cop show you could think of. Cops, before they took it off, now it's back. I'll watch the security gate show at the airport in Canada, in the South, and this and that. And I used to watch the Friday and Saturday night, what is it, live TV or whatever, the police, they show them live all across the country. I cannot watch it. Not one of them. Haven't turned it on. Cannot do it. Because I'd call him the next day. Did you watch that last night? Yes, they're idiots. I can't do it. It's not the same. Heartbreaking. Live PD. Thank you, sir. Can't do it. Refuse to do it. Yeah. I mean, it's what it is. Just can't do it. But when none of them shows are on, I normally turn it off. I might click on the Weather Channel. Nerd alert! All right, y'all. To the 6 that are left from the 30 that's peak high. Love you guys. Madison, Grayson, thank you so much for today. It meant a lot to me. More than you know. It's good to see that. It's good to see the youth of our community stepping up. Easter weekend, you guys did something for nothing. A lot to be said with that. Good night, Nick. A lot to be said about that. And I ran and raved on it for over an hour and a half. Sorry if it got tired of it, but you deserve it. Night, Sarah. Night, Desi. Anyway, tomorrow, happy Easter. Hope you guys enjoy. He is risen. Exactly right. Good night. That's what I was getting ready to say. Enjoy your Easter time. Eat your ham, whatever you're doing. I'm going to go to work. I got to pay bills. I might pop back on tomorrow evening. Watch for storms. It could get bumpy around here Sunday and Monday. I'll keep you posted. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. God bless every one of you. And we will see you soon.